Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center here in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. We welcome you whether you're with us here in person or whether you're with us on Zoom today. And we are an inclusive community. We always welcome and accept all people. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're welcome at Unity North. We're glad you're with us today. And we're part of a greater worldwide unity movement. We are the publishers of the Daily Word magazine, and we've been holding 135 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of unity. And we always have a prayer chaplain available after service to pray with you. And today that is Wendy. I'm gonna wave. To the camera.
Oh, we can see you.
There's Wendy. So she's here in person. So those of you in person who want prayers, she'll be around by the Buddha in the back hallway after service. And she's also available by phone. So if you're on Zoom or prefer to call her, just give her a call in that first hour after service and she'll get back with you if she doesn't answer. So thank you, Wendy. And today the service is a little different in that my lesson today is going to be answering your questions. So you probably all got one of these forms when you came in. If you didn't, raise your hand or run and get one real quick. And we'll be picking them up. It says at the end of the daily word, it will be actually before the daily word. And we'll have you pass them to the center aisle. If you want to fold them only in half, because I have to open them and it's hard if they're all folded up. And so my first chance to see them will be then, and it's just so I can arrange them in a real quick order in case there are multiple questions the same. And so my talk then will be answer these. It will be completely spontaneous, which is the advantage of doing this. We do it 3 or 4 times a year. It gives me a pulse on where you're coming from, what your questions are, and it allows you to see me in the more spontaneous mode than usual. So, so hopefully there'll be, I come in complete surrender today with no lesson. So I'm counting on you. All right. So anyway, with that, I wanted to introduce today our production team. We have Brandy and Martha. There they are. And our worship assistant is Bill Roloff. He's just back late last night from a Mexican cruise. So he's sort of part here and part not, right? And then our musician, we're always happy to have with us, Judi. All right. And with that, I invite you to join with me in speaking our mission and vision statements. Vision first. Together, centered in prayer, we create for all a world of love, harmony, and abundance. And our mission is celebrating spirit, exploring truths, awakening hearts, inspiring dreams, serving community. And our values are listed at the bottom. These are our core foundational beliefs here at Unity North. All right, now I invite you to stand for our opening song.
Morning has broken like the first morning, Blackbird spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Oh, Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Oh, 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 oh. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word.
Thank you, Judy. That was beautiful. Good morning. My name is Bill Roloff. I am the worship assistant today. This is the time in our service when we greet one another. If anyone is visiting for the first time, we welcome you to our service. If you're here in person and would like to know more about Unity, please see me, Reverend Kathy, or our usher, and we'll try to answer any questions you may have. For new visitors online, if you wish, you can share your contact information in the chat on Unity North, which goes directly to us and remains private. We welcome you all, wherever you are on your spiritual journey. Now let's take a moment to wave to one another. We welcome you again, and it is our delight to have all of you with us today. At this time, we take a moment for prayer requests. Let us take a breath or two to first center ourselves. Feel free to relax your body, close your eyes. So as you breathe in, bring peace, love, and joy within, and release stress, worry, and fear in your exhales. Instead of saying our requests aloud, we invite you to speak a name or prayer request silently in the sanctuary or aloud in the privacy of your own home, and hold these requests in silence. We give thanks in advance for answered prayers, and we say thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. Before we move on to the daily word, each of you have probably received one of these to a Q&A with Reverend Kathy. If you could put a question or whatever strikes your interest on this paper to Reverend Kathy, and if you could fold them in half and feel free to turn them into our ushers along with the pens, please. Thank you. Let us remain centered as I read the daily word. Sunday, November 16th, 2025. The daily word is healing. Taking good care of myself supports my healing. Sometimes it's hard to say no to friends, family, work, church, or volunteering organizations I care about and want to serve. But when I am overextended and depleted, I don't do my best, and I may put my emotional, physical, or mental health at risk. Taking on too much and saying yes to every request may be a sign there is something deeper within me that is out of alignment and in need of healing. Perhaps I am feeling fear of judgment or a reluctance to disappoint someone. I heal when I slow down, pray, and welcome God's grace. I treat myself gently and make time for relaxation a priority. Secure in divine love, I know when to say yes, or, for my well-being, to kindly but confidently say no, not at this time. Psalm 103, bless the Lord, O my soul, and do not forget all God's benefits, who forgives all your inequity, who heals all your diseases. And now, Judi will prepare us. Well, actually, yes. Meditate.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful. All is well. All is beautiful. All is well. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful. All is well. All is beautiful. All is well.
So I invite you to sit back, close your eyes for meditation. And just take several deep breaths as you begin to say to yourself, I am fully and completely relaxed. Just feel that wave of relaxation move through your body. and allow me to speak the words for you. I am now in the presence of pure being, immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I am one with the infinite power of the universe, one with the Christ, the cosmic Christ, the perfect pattern of wholeness in all of creation. I am one with the divine order of the universe, the harmony of the spheres. I am one with the hidden life, vibrant in every atom. One with the hidden light shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all life. I know my oneness with you now, and I know that I am one with every other within the great web of life. We are truly all one. If there's any belief within me that would deny this truth, I release it here and now. See it dissolved in the light of the Christ, the light of divine love. If there is resentment or unforgiveness within me, for myself or another, I release it here and now and see it dissolved in the infinite power of the universe. If there's any appearance of a problem with my health, with my finances, my work, my relationships, or any part of my life, I release it here and now. I turn it over and see it dissolved in the perfect love and harmony of God. This same love now awakens the dreams of my heart. These dreams are more powerful than any limitation. My dreams for my own life, for my loved ones, and for the world are more powerful than any fear. I am open to the infinite possibilities of the universe, awestruck by the wonders of creation. I am now guided to follow God's perfect will for my life, my gifts, my passion, and my joy. Lead me to fulfill my heart's desire. My gratitude guides me to give in return for all that I receive. Thank you, God, for your divine presence within me and within all life. And I take a moment in the silence to feel my gratitude. God, for your divine presence within me and all life. Thank you for the wonders of creation and the perfect divine order and harmony of the universe. Thank you for the unlimited possibilities open before us and for the love that enfolds and blesses each one of us. And thank you, God, for this glorious day. And so it is. Amen.
How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, it's blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many years must one man have before he can hear people cry? How many deaths will it take until he knows too many people have died? The answer, my friend, it's blowing in the wind. The answer's blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it's washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times can a man turn his head and pretend he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, it's blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Oh, the answer, my friend, it's blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Listen to the wind. Listen to the wind.
Judy. Thank you, Judy. Great song. All right, 1 second here. Just trying to get these in an order. All right, great questions. In one or two sentences, how would you tell a child who or what God is? Yeah. I would tell them about Star Wars and the Force. I've used that with my own grandkids. That God is like the Force, the life force that's present in everything. It's within us and all around us and everywhere, and it helps us, and we can call upon it to guide us. And that works really well with kids. So I rest my case. What are unity beliefs in life after death? Actually, I got three. What are unity beliefs in life after death? Do you believe in reincarnation? And does unity have a belief about heaven and the afterlife? So that's sort of the same topic. Unity does, Charles Fillmore wrote a lot about reincarnation. So we definitely teach that reincarnation is the most logical explanation for eternal life and the seeming injustice in the world. And yes, I believe in reincarnation. I've had regressions from other people. I've regressed myself, and I've helped other people regress. And so, yeah, I'm quite a believer. It has helped me in my life. I do believe, like Fillmore does, though, he wrote in the book Keep a True Lent. I think that's one where he said that we will evolve beyond reincarnation, which I think means getting off the karmic wheel, so to speak, becoming one. So I do believe that as well, and that all the lives are happening at once, although that's too much, that boggles the mind. We can't really think that way. We think chronologically. So, yeah, and I'll say one of my first regressions was I had gone through a divorce, and I was pregnant. We didn't find out I was pregnant till we were separated. And we tried to get back together, but there was no way. So I had my baby alone, and I just couldn't figure out the meaning of it. I didn't understand why we separated and why I got pregnant, and then we separated and without knowing, and why I had this child alone. So I had a past life regression that was really interesting. And what I'll just tell you briefly, it was a Mayan lifetime, and in that lifetime, in that experience, I was married to my husband, first husband of this life, and he was sort of the head of he wasn't the leader of the whole thing, but he was a tribe leader of some sort. And I was kind of a new age group, I guess you'd call it. I was more progressive, and I did not believe in human sacrifice. And my husband did, as did many. And I had given birth to a son, and he was on his way to sacrifice the son. And I was on my knees with my arms around his legs, begging him not to take our son. And he ignored me. I humiliated him in front of the tribe, and I was relegated to a servant in his household after that. And the son was sacrificed. And at the last part of the regression said, he owed you a son. And that's exactly what happened. And when I looked back, the minute that son was conceived, our relationship ended. So I found that very interesting, and it played out that way too. So that was one of many I've had, but that was very helpful for me at the time. And I did raise him by himself completely. There was very little contact until my son was about 12 years old. Then he started seeing him in the summers. And we did reconnect, and there was a friendship till the end, which was kind of amazing given everything. So anyway, Unity believes in reincarnation, and so I would say many people who attend Unity do, but we don't have dogma about that. You can be here and not believe that. How many of you do? High majority. And I could ask it, how many of you are open to it too? That would be even higher. Yeah. So that's pretty typical. Looks like a very high percentage. I've asked that question in all my Unity churches, and it's pretty much the same. Let's see. Unity teaches that heaven and hell are here on earth, and that we create our own heaven after too. That belief that we carry our beliefs with us and we land where we are going to. And even if we have a bad ending, so to speak, that after we've worked through it on the other side, then we're taken somewhere else to a higher, to a better, more positive place. Why do we not say the Lord's Prayer here at Unity? I don't know. Well, actually, it's controversial. I have people come up and say, once in a great, great while, why aren't we saying it? And they either want it sung or they want it said. So I think a lot of people here like the Aramaic version better than the traditional version. So if I were going to say it, I would prefer to say it in the Aramaic. But yeah, I think probably it's thought to be too traditional and too controversial, but that doesn't mean I'm closed to having it spoken now and then. Let me know your wishes on that. If I get a big majority, we'll say it sometimes. Probably not every time, but sometimes. Or sing it occasionally. Where do you find your funny stories? Is there a Unity book of jokes for ministers? I wish. Gosh, I wish. It's a real challenge to go looking for pulpit-friendly jokes. It is. And so send me your jokes, send me your humor. I really am always looking for it. Somebody sent me some Irish jokes about drinking. But I can't remember them right now. You see, I'm not good at remembering them. But also with a kind of a claim on it that doesn't mean to offend people who are alcoholics or anything like that. But they are pretty funny. I'm just not good at an Irish accent, I will say. I have tried and tried. Have you ever tried an Irish accent? It's very difficult, very difficult. So I love talks using metaphysical meanings of biblical stories. More, please. All right. That's good to know. Unity, for those of you who don't know, Unity interprets the Bible metaphysically, not literally. And we look at every person, place, and event in a Bible story as an aspect of our consciousness. And that helps make the stories more real for us and more meaningful for us. So I always love Bible stories. They're very helpful in terms of when we look at it that way. It's kind of like looking at them like a dream. You look at a dream the same way. Every part of the dream is us, and that makes a big difference. What book are you currently reading? I always have more than one going. I just finished the series on the magic of myth, or the magic of story. what did I call it? The magical, yeah, the magic of story. And so I started reading Joseph Campbell again during that, and I'm still reading that. There's one I'm reading called Conversations with Joseph Campbell, and that's an easier one because it's written by someone else. And then the other one is Hero with a Thousand Faces, which is written by him, and he's hard to read. He's like Carl Jung. It's easier to read books written about him than it is by him. So, but really fascinating. Just an amazing, amazing man, famous mythologist. And I also, I most of the time, in my spare time, I read fiction. And it's a break from all the metaphysical and the spiritual. And so my favorite is fantasy fiction. So I just finished reading a series for the second time. I think it was called The Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah Maas, M-A-A-S. She's an Australian writer. I discovered that my 15-year-old granddaughter has been reading the same series. This blows me away. I couldn't believe it. We were both just stunned that our favorite fantasy author. So that's what I'm reading now. And I have so many books in my house, and I have books scattered everywhere, and I just pick them up randomly and start to read them. So it's kind of a hard question. What is the first pulpit-friendly question that comes to mind? Well, pulpit-friendly question. I think these are all pretty pulpit-friendly, don't you? I don't know how to answer that. I would say, though, that this idea of questions, being in the question, that's why I titled it that, in the question, is really important because I think a lot of people go through life and they don't ask themselves the important questions, like, who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? You know, to me, those are very much pulpit kinds of questions, church kinds of questions that I think we all need to spend some time on, discovering our purpose especially. I think this is safe. Are there safe lessons that you continue to repeat year after year? How does that make you feel? Safe lessons. Well, a lot of the basic unity teachings I repeat year after year in different forms. Periodically, I'll repeat a series or I'll repeat a class. But safe lessons like, you know, Easter, the basic themes of Easter, of Christmas, of Advent are all, to me, kind of safe lessons. They're safe themes. And just basic unity teachings like the 5 basics. There's another question in here about what's unity in a nutshell. I always talk about the 5 basics. And that would be, and you know, unity worldwide gives them in a sentence. I like them in a phrase or a word. But the first is one presence and one power. There's only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. That is the first and basic premise of unity, if anybody asks you. And so we teach, and that's different than traditional church. And so the second is the divinity of humankind, that we all have the divine spark within us. And that's the place where we talk about Jesus, that Jesus was the man, and that Christ is the consciousness that he attained, and that we all can attain. And so obviously in unity we call it Christ, but we distinguish between Jesus the man and Christ the consciousness. And so when I talk about the Christ or the cosmic Christ, I'm talking about a greater consciousness that he was part of and attained and that we also can. He said we also could. So that's the second step, or second stage of the teachings of unity. The third is law and grace. That there are many, many laws, but the fundamental primary law is the law of karma, or the law of cause and effect. So we can have the law of compensation, different prosperity laws, etc., and they all come back to that, the law of cause and effect. And so, and then there's grace. And grace seems to be above and beyond the law. There's kind of no rhyme or reason. It surprises us. It saves us. And so we teach in unity that it saves us from the worst results of the causes or effects we are experiencing. The effects we're experiencing from the causes we have set into motion. And so that's grace, and it's God's love in action. And so that's the third. And the fourth is prayer and meditation. So we teach prayer and meditation. We teach affirmative prayer. And affirmative prayer are affirmative statements, not beseeching God, dear God, please, but more like, I give thanks in advance that. And that makes a big difference, praying affirmatively. That's a hard one to switch over to when you've been praying traditionally, to start saying positive affirmations as your prayer. But the idea that we teach in unity is that we're not trying to change some God up there, out there, but we're trying to condition our consciousness and align ourselves. The example I give of that is, imagine yourself in a little tiny house, a little cabin in the woods, and there's a door and a few windows, and they're all boarded up, and you're in there in the dark, and outside the sun is shining, and you're in the little cabin saying, please, sun, shine. Sun is a metaphor for God. Please, sun, shine. And what you really have to do is you have to remove the boards, take the boards off the windows, open the door, let that sun shine in. And that's what we're doing when we pray affirmatively. So we're not beseeching God to do what God is already doing. All right. Let's see what we got here. How do you see Unity North in the next 5 years and 10 years? When do you feel retirement will be at hand? You want to get rid of me? I'll answer the last one first. A few years. And how do you see Unity in the next 5 and 10 years? I think all churches are going to continue to go through a big change. In some ways, we're subject to a greater collective. But in other ways, we have our own mission and vision, and that will continue to change. We need to revisit the one we have again. Periodically, it's good to do that, maybe every 5 years or so. And it's probably time to do that soon. And then see where we're headed. I would like to imagine more diversity, more inclusivity, more, I really think the community here is a very conscious community and a very spiritually mature community. And so that in the past churches, I would have said something about creating a greater consciousness. But I don't feel inclined to do that here. I think we're on that road, but I mean, there's always room for improvement. But I think I would like to see more youth, a more active and developed youth ministry, more kids. And that goes in cycles. You know, we've had less kids in the last number of years, but that's been true throughout the whole movement. And so sometimes we have to look at the bigger collective to know that we're not doing anything wrong. We're just kind of in track with the whole collective. Yeah, we need to do a visioning to see. I believe that a vision is not something we create, it's something we discern. And that has to be discerned all together. So I can tell you some things I envision, but I think we need to together envision the next 5 and 10 years. Sometimes 10 years is too far to go. Maybe 5 years I would go. Yeah, so spirituality versus religion in greater society. What about it? I think we're moving more and more towards spirituality and away from religion. I think that's true everywhere. And there's less attendance in churches across the board, in all denominations. And I think the younger generations are more spiritually inclined and less religiously inclined. And I think unity is as well. So I think that's an exciting movement. And it creates unlimited possibilities. And I think also, you know, there's so much online now. I mean, you know, we're coming into a new era doing Zoom. But I think that will happen more and more. So I don't think we should lose the personal touch, but I think that will expand as well. In Unity's early days were prayers 24 hours a day. If not, when did 24-hour Unity prayers start? You know, I would need to look that up when they started. I don't remember in the very, very beginning if it was a full 24 hours, or I think it started probably just in the daytime, and then they expanded it as the prayer needs continued, but I need to double check on that to be 100% sure. But it was pretty early on, and they've done 24 hours a day for as long as they've been at it, 135 years. And but I don't know about right at the very, very beginning. And there was a big holler, a big mess this last year because they stopped 24 hours a day. They stopped at about 1 in the morning. They have restarted that, though. You will be glad to know. But there was such an outcry in the movement that this sacred cow had been messed with. And so, but part of it was that they didn't have that many phone calls anymore at night. And they were getting just kind of phone calls that weren't the greatest in the middle of the night. Like the whole culture had changed. It's really strange. So they felt like they weren't spending their money well, but then till they heard from people in the movement, and they reinstated it, which I'm glad. Speaking about unity, I should tell you something about that too. There's been a huge shift this last week in the unity movement, though you might not know about it. For many years, originally it was Unity School of Christianity, and as churches developed in the movement and out in the field, they weren't getting the right attention because everything was centered at Unity Village, which is 25 miles southeast of Kansas City. And it's a beautiful facility there, beautiful grounds. And anyway, everything was centered there. And the churches weren't getting taken care of. So they started a new organization called the Association of Unity Churches. And that was to support all the churches in the field. And they created 7 regions in the country. And so we're in the Great Lakes region, and there are about 5 states. It's a very big region. I was before in Southern California. That region was the Southwest region. That was Southern California, all of Arizona, and a little bit of Nevada, and so on. So it's all divided up in strange ways. But so through the years, the Association of Unity Churches became the greater organization. It's where most of the money was going, where most of the attention was going. It was really helping. They had regional boards, and they do have regional boards. And then so the regional boards would get educated by the bigger organization, and so on. It would trickle down. So then it came to a point where there was some infighting between the two organizations, as life would have it. And so for a long time, there was a period where a coup almost happened, where the school almost took over the Association of Unity Churches. That's when I got politically involved. And I made a motion, I made friends and enemies at the conference. I became a social activist at that point. But what happened, though, was the motion, there was the motion to become one failed, and too bright. It needed to fail because they were 2 separate organizations. And so anyway, when it failed, I helped it fail at the time. And I became instant friends with Rosemary Fillmore Ray, the granddaughter of the Fillmores, the founders. She came up to me and befriended me. At that moment, she was so grateful for what I had done. And we became friends from then on. But so other things happened with that, and I won't go into the long story. But what's happened now is that there's been a whole flip, that the Association of Unity Churches changed their name to Unity Worldwide Ministries a while back. And the school, Unity School, changed their name to Unity World Headquarters. And so what happened is Unity World Headquarters, which had been the school, started becoming the stronger organization. And they ended up being the ones with the most money, where the other one, Unity Worldwide, was starting to fail. And so there was a big thing that's happened in this past year with this fantastic board at Unity School deciding that what needed to happen was we needed to become one again. This big cry had been going on for years, but it was finally time. And essentially, Unity Worldwide is coming under the umbrella now of Unity Headquarters. And they're becoming one movement, and it's going to be now a department of it again. And they took a vote. They did a fantastic job of educating everybody, and they took a vote, and 91% voted yes to have it merged. So it is now merged, and it will affect us a little bit in terms of our bylaws, probably because I think we have some old names in the bylaws. And they're going to have a portal, they call it a portal, in which they'll have a portal that where ministers have access to a portal for all kinds of information, and then where the churches do, and all the people in the churches do as well. There'll be all kinds of resource material available that has never been available before. So that's very exciting. So there's some exciting things, and my job is to help keep you posted on all of that. So, and so my vote was yes too, because I felt like it was time. It was finally time. So after, I think that last vote was 25 years ago or something. So it's pretty amazing. When a person comes through a difficult time, or they're they're gifts that Spirit extends for their triumphs. Oh, I think yes. I think in a sense we have, and even it's talked about mythically too, in a sense we have these ups and down periods. No, you know, we're on the roller coaster. We don't want to be, but we are sometimes. And, you know, you'll have the high point and then you'll have the low and the high and the low. And, you know, we want to find stability in the midst of that. But at the same time, we still have those challenging times. And when we come through them, then we can have amazing times. And then we have difficult times and amazing times. And so I think there are gifts, and the gifts come from sometimes grace, sometimes just that I would call it karma. Maybe it's been earned through those challenging times. So I think there are gifts that are extended for our triumphs. How many of you do? You think there are? Yeah. And who came up with the different metaphysical meanings for things? You raise your hand? Yeah. Well, Charles Fillmore wrote a very large book called the Metaphysical Bible Handbook. So that was an early book, but there were others before. And I don't know all their names off the top of my head. Are you looking that up, Chris? Oh, okay. Look, you were looking at it. Yeah. Yeah. There have been a number of writers in metaphysical and New Thought that have written books on the metaphysical meanings. So there have been different authors. And Charles Fillmore is the primary one, but there have been others and a few earlier. So that's, no. Here's another one. Who is your favorite worship assistant? I bet I know who asked this. Well, let me see. There's Noel and Bill and Wendy and Howard. They're all my favorites. Yeah. My favorite assistant is Brandy. And I would say that's true. Brandy is a sunny person to work with. Yeah. All right. Looks like I made it right on time. So thank you for all of your questions. And I want to say I had one other question about Kay. Some of you have been wondering where Kay is. Kay Lorenzen, and I just want to give you an update. Kay was found on October 25th after a fall and was transported to a Mercy emergency room and treated for dehydration. She had been there for several days before they found her. And the ER staff found that she had had a major stroke. So she's currently in rehab at Homestead at Anoka, part of the Volunteers of America in Anoka by the bus parking and train station off of 4th. And her son, Kent, who lives in Texas, is planning to be here later this week. He's been very involved with the doctors and nurses and caregivers regarding his mom's recovery. So she's getting PT for speech and for her left arm and leg to get them moving and strong again. She's taken a few steps. Her left hand and arm is getting more mobile and her speech is better. And she likes visitors and can take phone calls. And we have her contact info. If you'd like to contact her, ask Wendy for the information. But We don't know if she'll walk very much again. She can take a few steps now, which is a surprise. So anyway, we won't be seeing her anytime soon, but feel free to make contact and just send her prayers. So the chaplains and the prayer teams have been praying for her. With that, thank you all.
This was the easiest week to pick songs for. We don't know what the lesson's going to be. Okay. This is Brandy Carlisle. You're the soul who understands the scars that made me who I am. Through the drifting sands of time, I got your back and you got mine. And if you bear a heavy load, I'll be your wheels, I'll be the road. I'll see us through the thick and thin, for love and loss until the end. 'Cause you carried me with you from the highest of the peaks to the darkness of the blue. I was just too blind to see. Like a lighthouse in a storm, you were always guiding me. Yes, it's true. You carried me with you. And from the day it all began, yeah, you were there. You took my hand. And when I heard a bit too deep, you watched me as I fell asleep. And when my head was in the clouds, you found a way to pull me out. You picked my heart up off the ground and showed me love was all around. 'Cause you carried me with you from the highest of the peaks to the darkness of the blue. I was just too blind to see. Like a lighthouse in a storm, you were always guiding me. Yes, it's true. You carried me with you. Oh, we'll be sitting on the world together, watching as the days turn into night. We know how to brave the stormy weather, and we're never giving up without a fight. If you should ever bear a heavy load, I'll be your wheels, I'll be the road. And I'll see us through thick and thin, for love and loss until the end. 'Cause you carried me with you from the highest of the peaks to the darkness of the blue. I was just too blind to see. But like a lighthouse in a storm, you were always guiding me. Yes, it's true. You carried me. Oh, you carried me.
Judy, I think that tied right in with the lesson. Thank you for sharing your gift. It's beautiful. Now is the time to bless our offerings. We invite you to go to our website, unitynorthmn.org, and find the donation button on the homepage and give your offering there. For those of you that are here in the building, if you prefer, feel free to leave your offering in the basket at the end of the aisle here. If you would like to mail a check instead, you can send it to our address, which is also on our website. Together, let us speak our offering blessing. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
Community news. All right. Our prayer chaplain today is Wendy Erickson. Our healing facilitator is Cindy Huberty. And we have a special guest speaker today. Let's give a warm welcome to Mary Sorensen.
Right. Now, this is really hard to use a microphone when you talk with your hands. So, all right. Good morning, everybody. You know, when I knew that I had to come up today and talk to you guys about this, so I had this little talk in my head, and then all of our favorite worship assistants started reading today's word, and it was, you know, don't you get tired of people asking you for stuff and how to say no, and we need to all try and say no, and I thought, dang, not that one today, Bill. So I had to regroup my little mind, and you know, when you're 75 and old and, yeah, pretty decrepit, I did manage to come up with, oh, I'm not decrepit? Oh, tell me more about how wonderful I am. No. Okay. Not enough time. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. So I did come up with another way to approach this. Instead of asking you to do something, I am going to share with you the most wonderful opportunity. How's that? Is that good? Is that good? Yes. I know you've all been wondering, how can I really help in this hard time that we're having, and with this thing we call a president, and you know, all this stuff that's going on. And I have got a great opportunity for you to open up your hearts, even more than they're already open, because you guys are great, and I'm grateful for you all. Everything that happened in the talk today, I thought, oh yeah, I could tie that in. Oh, I could tie that in. Well, yeah, that takes us to next Sunday. I'll just keep talking and talking. Anyway, I'm grateful for all of you. And last year we had a wonderful, wonderful response to our Adopt a Family program. For some of you that are new here, those two right over there are new here. Not that I'm going to point out anybody or make anybody turn around and look at them at all. Hi, guys. Anyway, it has been a tradition for us as an outreach community to do at Christmas time Adopt a Family, where we help a family or one or two families. We've helped as many as 6 families bring Christmas joy and love into their homes. And last year we started helping a whole lot of families with using the Alexander House as our place where we take our donations. Alexander House it's the only one in Anoka County, I think, that's open 24 hours a day for women to come with their children. And they started a new program last year. Now they can bring their pets. They have the Linus Project, and they have a place now that, did you know that abusers actually use the beloved family pet as a weapon? Oh, doesn't that just get you? Doesn't that just get you? So anyway, they have the Linus program now where they can bring their pets. So that's another thing that I think we can donate to. But our wonderful Brandy put together a packet for us that talks about a little bit about the Alexander House, and we have their wish list here. And I have an email out to them. Last year we had gift boxes or food boxes, and that wasn't on any place I could find that they're doing that this year. So I have an email out with that question. Are we doing food boxes again? Also, can we donate things for the Linus Project? And do they want all the gifts separated into the categories? Now there's a little booklet out here. Look at what Brandy did. She put together this little booklet. It's out on the table. And for your opportunity, that I know you're all looking forward to doing, you want to pick up a packet because it gives you instructions on how to make your opportunity happen. All right? And it's got the whole list right here. And I wasn't organized enough to get all the boxes up here. But we will have them here next week so you can start filling them. And I'll just keep you up to date on what's going on and some of the questions that I got answered. But let's see. I've got some important notes. It says here, and I want to say these out loud. The items must be brand new with their tags attached and in the original wrap or box. Don't wrap them. So we were all excited last year. We didn't have to wrap all those packages. Do not gift wrap the items. I just said that. Or don't put them in the gift bags. Gift cards. They really like to get gift cards, and they have to be in $25 amounts. That's so they can spread the wealth with all the families. You have to have the receipt on that gift card. And life has just been getting to me lately because I'm old and decrepit. Oh, good, I like that. Oh, no, me. But this is kind of a rush deal this year. The gifts must be here by December 7th or that Sunday because I have to get them over to the Alexander House by the 12th. So we need them here by the 7th. And if you prefer to donate some money, the outreach committee and I don't mind shopping. Donna and I had a great time last year shopping for babies at Target. Oh yeah, that was so fun. We don't have babies anymore around our house, so that is so fun. But make your check out to Unity North Spiritual Center, and in the memo line, write outreach or adopt a family, because that way it goes through the bookkeeping and keeps everybody honest. And okay, adopt a family would be best, Brandy says. And she's our favorite administrator assistant. So, yeah. Yeah. What? What did you say, Noel? By far. By far. Yes, Suze. Suze.
No, but you can reach out to me. I can get you my phone number and I can meet you here anytime. That's never a problem. Or meet me after service.
The question was, is there anybody here during the week other than Sunday that if you want to drop off a gift or drop off anything, but all you have to do is give Brandy a call and she'll meet you here. And all of our folks, where are they? Those folks up there? Did you guys notice that the people that listen online don't move? They're all very, very still. Anyway, they can help too. If you want to, you're more than welcome. You can send a check right to the church. And I think I'm better be done, don't you think?
Thank you, Mary. Okay, announcements. Let's try and get through this as quickly as we can. Winter Wonders Holiday Auction, December 7th at 8 p.m. Website is posted. Healing Team, please respond to your team's requests and their information form found near the Buddha in the back hallway and placed in the white box nearby. Thanksgiving service and volunteer appreciation will be next Sunday, November 23rd. Advent Week number 1 and Holiday Potluck are Sunday, November 30th. Sign-up sheet is in the narthex. Let us know what you want to bring for the potluck. Holiday services coming up. Christmas candle lighting service and week 4 of Advent, Sunday, December 21st. Burning Bowl service, Sunday, December 28th. Whitestone ceremony, Sunday, January 4th. Community affirmation, please join me. Together, centered in prayerful intention, we give thanks for an overflowing abundance of spiritual awakening, prosperity, new members, and children for Unity North Spiritual Center.
All right, thank you, Bill. Let's give Bill and let's give our production team a hand. And thank you so much, Judy, for your beautiful music today. All right, and so I invite you all to stand for a prayer for protection and our peace zone. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let